You know me, guys, I post the good as well as the bad. And as much as I'm loving this ship, I'm hating some of the teams that we get. I wanted to show you a couple of minutes from the game previous to this one, which turned into a complete shambles. If you look there, we've got two divisions of a fleet called Navy B. Hello, guys from Navy B. Thank you for not supporting it all. They've obviously sync dropped into a game. They've got 5 ships that can overwhelm any team. I think this one did go on to be a win, but I'd already played my cap. I'd started across there on A cap. I did have some support from the Navy B guys at that time. However, I ended up having to push across to defend this cap when the red team Dansk gets spotted from behind. He's full health. I'm not, but there are 3 guys in division right there behind me who've been sat there in the middle of the map for pretty much the entire game. And I was thinking, okay, 3 guys in division. We've got support here. These guys are communicating. We can get rid of this destroyer and we can turn the tide and turn the game in our favor and finish it all off. How wrong could I have been? Honestly, my expectations are too high for this game. I really think that some of these people struggle to remember to take their trousers down before they go for a dump. Because as I'm pushing out to get this destroyer spotted and save these guys' skin, they are going on a complete chicken run and going away from him as fast as they possibly can. Now, I thought at least one of them might have the guns pointed this way, but guess what? No, they haven't. So I am on my own, already at a disadvantage here as far as the hit points go, but I'm going to do everything that I can to take this dance down. And any moment now, I'm expecting 1, 2, or 3 full salvos coming from that division of ships onto this guy to get rid of him. But no, they aren't interested. They are running for the gap between the islands to put as much distance between them and this guy as they can. And I'm not going to survive this one. I'm going to get some blind fire hits here, but with this fire burning, I'm gone and out of the game. And what annoyed me the most about this is this dickhead here in Navy B, in the Navaran, going, nice job, nice job, nice job. That's enough of that one. Look at this one. 2 Schlieffens in division. Where you see 1 Schlieffen, there's going to be another. We're in the Dansk again. This was literally the very next game. And this one turned into a complete chicken run as well. I'm out on the left flank, and so I'm going to play the left flank. I know that we have one of the new Tier 8 Dutch cruisers, the Johan de Witt. I've got a Pommen behind me. There's also, I think it's a Montana in the middle of the map as well. We'll spring some Zonentorfs out there just to try and catch somebody unawares. But we are going to push out wide and spot. And a lot of the time I will be on comms because somebody might be listening, and just to let them know what I am doing. We know that red team like to push this flank, get set up behind the edge of the island. I'm really imagining that that is exactly what this Johan de Witt is going to do. So if I can push out wide, if I can get red team spotted, then he can use his airdrops on these guys as these push in. Now, if you've watched my video where I play the Tier 5 kite down, I basically make mention that if you see these cruisers in game, that the only way you're going to get rid of them is not to let them get entrenched behind an island. And the best thing that you can do is push them, and push them hard. Because if they're stuck behind an island, they've got limited maneuverability and they haven't really got anywhere to go. I am located here, but my unstoppable has not yet procced, which means that the enemy destroyer is still more than 7.5 kilometers away from me. But these guys are starting to put shots onto that Lepanto, who's decided he wants to turn out. But we've got 1 Schlieffen pushing in. And I'm thinking, okay, discretion is the better part of valor here. There's a set of torpedoes, and it's out of radar range, unfortunately. But we've got torpedoes coming up in 11 seconds, and we're going to see a play in a little while that was a complete waste of a salvo against a battleship, and it potentially cost us a little bit of damage on this side of the map and could have made life in the later game so much easier. But there is the Darren. I mistakenly thought that my radar was a longer duration, sorry, a longer range than it was, but we get it lit up a little bit too soon there. But we do a chunk of damage to him. The rest of the team try to get some salvos on it as well. Not enough fire going at that guy, so I'm going to put a couple more salvos. But look at this. The two Schlieffens are pushing in hard. I'm going to put one spread of torpedoes down across the front of that island, hoping we can catch somebody unawares. We're going to put the other set onto the Lepanto, and then I'm going to get the hell out of Dodge. Now, look here. Exactly as I said, the Johann de Witt is stuck behind an island. The Schlieffens have not sat back and waited for him to drop bombs on their head. They have come straight round the corner. There's torpedoes going out there, I think, from the Pommern, and I'm looking around thinking, okay, open some distance, and then we can reposition and start our fight. Again, the torpedoes are looking good on the Lepanto. He's going to be dead, but look at this. Full salvo in from the Montana, but look to our right. There is a broadside Schlieffen there pushing two ships. Why shoot at a ship that's literally 2 seconds away from being destroyed by torpedoes to take a kill? And what's going to happen now is the biggest risk to this Montana was the two Schlieffens, because their secondaries are going to maul the living crap out of this guy. And although it gets a good salvo on there, he is double fired. He's got two Schlieffens pushing him, and it is going to be game over for this guy. And I'm like, this is absolutely unbelievable. Had he put that first salvo onto that Schlieffen as well, then potentially we would have only been dealing with one. So well done, Montana, for failing epically to understand the tactical situation there. So, what have I got behind me? I've got a Darren. I've got two Schlieffen. I can't run and gun because these guys are going to be hitting 12 kilometers on their secondaries. We've got a cruiser pushing straight through the middle of the map as well. The majority of our team that are left are on the other side of the map. Now, we are going to see a pretty, I want to say, a smart move by one of the destroyers, who is going to turn around from where he is there on the left side of the minimap, and he's going to push through onto red team's cap. Our team have allowed a destroyer to push straight through the center because there is nobody covering the center of the map. I'm like, oh God, is it down to me again to try and do something about all this shit? Excuse my French. Maybe I should blank that bit out. But it's got to be the Shimakaze. He's the stealthiest ship on the map. He's got to be out here somewhere. And although I don't have a smoke screen available, I do have my radar. Now, the team should know that there is a ship out here, but you know what they're doing? They're all running away. They're heading in the opposite direction as fast as they can go. Our destroyer is making a break through for red team's cap. We got the Shima spotted, and I was really hoping that somebody else would be putting guns on this guy and helping me to melt him down. But it is not going to be the case, and I'm going to lose sight of him as I disappear behind the island because I need to drop detection from that Schlieffen. And again, yep, we lose our Schlieffen to the St. Louis, the cruiser that's just come straight up the middle. I'm still taking secondary hits from the other Schlieffen. So we've got now a cruiser, two battleships, and a destroyer behind me. We've got a destroyer on the cap. That is 5 ships out of 8 here chasing me around the map, and our team are heading in the opposite direction. Now, great, yeah, survivability, but it's not going to win us this game. And I do ping the map and say, look, buddy, can you please get onto the cap? I can do what I can to try and defend our cap, but we are going to lose this game unless we get on their cap. I think that is our daring out there, and he's going to basically try and torpedo that ship that's at the back, and then he is going to head onto the capture point. Ah, man, 66,000 damage. Haven't even got a kill yet. Should have had one. Could have potentially had two if other people had been shooting at the daring as well. But these Sleefins know when they're being targeted, so we'll put some through the smoke screen there. Maybe catch a Shimikaze unawares. We're looking at the timer for our radar coming back because we can use the smoke and radar trick. I'm hoping that this Brisbane might actually be helping as well, but I don't actually know what people are doing. I'm hanging out here. I'm holding spots. The second I fire my guns, I am going to get absolutely trounced. But we decide to try and keep the cap reset. And the minute that I pop that smoke screen, lo and behold, the secondaries start coming in. But our team are not in a position to spot. So now I know that it is literally down to me to defend this cap. We've got one destroyer is on red team's home cap. Now we can see some fire going in. And the Sleefins are obviously wailing on these guys. 3 ships running down the flank as fast as their propellers will take them. There's the St. Louis. And I'm like, man, this is a gun game. I don't know what the Brisbane is hoping to find with his radar because you're so far away from anything, mate, that you're not going to get it spotted. Now, at this point in the game, I'm pretty well off for health. And I'm just thinking, I just need to basically play smart, play safe, and just try and get some range between me and these guys and their secondaries, keep them on spot, and let the rest of the team keep the caps reset. But they aren't firing their guns fast enough at these guys. Our GK has turned around as well. There are shots going in there. The resets are happening. I know there is still at least one destroyer, but look down at red team's home cap. Our destroyer came off it. Why the hell would you do that? That is the most ridiculous thing to have done in this game. We could have kept our cap reset and you could have taken their home cap. Absolutely outstanding behavior. Now at this point, I am absolutely sure that this game is lost. We're over 200 points down. There are at least 3 ships, potentially 4, on our home cap. I can contest this, which means that I don't have to fire my guns. But unless this team start pulling something out of their hats, we are not going to win it. And I did forget that I'm not running a 5-kilometer concealment on this one. I'm running 6.1 and I accidentally get myself spotted. But we do get a cap reset, and now I am spotted. We lose our daring to a Schleifen. There's the Shimikaze. He's obviously holding a lot of cap points as well. So we're going to try and wail on him for as long as we can. We're going to try and use that little island to disappear from the Schleifen. Yep, he's gone. Back onto the Schleifen. We're not spotted, but our engine's out. Yeah. It is game over, man. It is game over. Now the destroyer decides to push the cap again. The Schleifen is looking in my direction, I think. Here we go. Secondaries away. We're going to try and keep this guy burned down. There is another destroyer out there. Can't get shots onto him before he disappears again. Fire on the Schleifen. Our cruiser still running in the opposite direction. Burning radar again for no use whatsoever. As we lose our Schultz, it's me and the cruiser that are left. This team just did a complete chicken run down the flank instead of being able to help. And now, at this point in the game, we're going to lose the Brisbane as the Schleifen picks up a Confederate. I kill one of their Schleifens. We're down to 2,500 hit points. We've tried to defend, we've tried to spot, we've tried to support, we've tried to defend the cap, but honestly, sometimes there is no helping these people. These people need written instructions on how to remember to breathe in and out as the Schlieffen picks up a Kraken Unleashed. The only saving grace is he's not going to make it a six-pack because I'm too far away from him. But I don't know how many hit points the Daring has left. I know that the Shimikaze is low health. I didn't see what the St. Louis had left on it, but, what am I going to do here? They're on the cap, but where on the cap are they? I've no radar left. I've no smoke left. I can't pull my party trick. The only thing I can do is try and pick up a couple more reset flags on whatever is in there and go out with my head held high that I did everything I possibly could for this team, but this team could not do even the most simple thing to help themselves. I know I'm not going to win a gun battle here, not with a Daring, not with a Cruiser, and certainly not if I'm within range of the Schlieffen's secondaries. But there we go. We're spotted at 6-1. They're going to get the first salvo one. They do indeed. We miss the torpedoes with the Daring. We get a shot out. We don't even get a cap reset. 116,500 damage with a single kill and 6 cap resets. We tried to play as hard as we could in that one. And the telling thing is the fact that I finished with over 2,000 base XP in a defeat, which would have been a 3,000 XP game had we won, but we didn't. And that would have actually placed me third. Even without a bonus, I would have placed third overall for Red Team. I think it just goes to show how terribly, terribly badly that our team played in that one. Honestly, guys, if you saw yourself on that team sheet, watch this video, figure out what went wrong, have a look at what was going on in the game, and then maybe change the way you play. If you've enjoyed hearing me be miserable at another terrible team, please do smash the like button, leave me a comment, and as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.